Food is more than just what we eat. It's culture, comfort, survival. And in today's rapidly changing world, it's becoming one of humanity's biggest challenges. Today, I invite you to journey with me as we dive deep into the world of genetically modified organisms, or GMOs, and lab-grown meat. Together, we'll explore the science behind these innovations, the urgent need driving their development, and ask the ultimate question: can they help us create a future where food is both sustainable and game-changing? As our story begins, consider this: humanity is standing on the edge of a demographic revolution. Experts project that by the year 2050, Earth will be home to more than 9 billion people. Right now, we already struggle to feed over 7.8 billion. That's more than 7 billion mouths that must be fed every single day. Add nearly 2 billion more, and the scale of the challenge becomes daunting. Our current agricultural systems are already stretched to their limits. Farmers face mounting pressures from soil degradation, water scarcity, climate change, and the relentless need to produce more with less. If we continue down this path, the cracks will only deepen. Food shortages, price hikes, and growing hunger could become the new normal. This is not some far-off dystopian nightmare. It is a looming reality unless we rethink the way we produce, process, and consume food. Enter innovation, the beacon of hope that humanity has always turned to in times of need. Among the boldest solutions on the table today are genetically modified organisms. To some, GMOs are controversial, viewed with skepticism or even fear. But to others, especially scientists and farmers, they are tools that may hold the key to food security in the 21st century. At its core, GMO technology is about precision and purpose. By carefully inserting selected genes into the DNA of crops, scientists can create plants with highly desirable traits. Imagine a corn crop that can flourish despite weeks of drought, or a rice variety that naturally resists pests without the need for heavy pesticide spraying. These modifications are not created to harm nature but to work with it, making plants stronger, more resilient, and more productive. The benefits are tangible. Crops that require less water help conserve one of our planet's most precious resources. Plants that repel pests naturally reduce our dependence on chemicals that can leach into soil and waterways. Increased yields help ensure that more people have access to affordable, nutritious food. Still, the conversation around GMOs is nuanced. Concerns over long-term health impacts, biodiversity loss, and corporate control of seeds continue to fuel debate. Yet despite these concerns, GMO crops are now grown widely across the world, and countless studies have supported their safety and potential benefits. As fascinating as the story of GMOs is, it is only one half of our exploration today. The other half takes us into a realm that sounds like science fiction, yet is fast becoming reality: lab-grown meat. Also known as cultured or cultivated meat, this innovation seeks to address one of the most ethically and environmentally problematic aspects of modern agriculture: animal farming. Traditional livestock farming consumes vast amounts of land, water, and feed, and is responsible for significant greenhouse gas emissions. Moreover, the ethical concerns regarding animal welfare continue to spark debates across societies. Could there be another way? Scientists and entrepreneurs believe there is. Lab-grown meat begins with a simple, almost elegant idea. Take a small sample of animal cells, no slaughter required, and place them in a nutrient-rich environment designed to encourage growth. Over time, these cells multiply, forming muscle tissue. The result is meat that is biologically identical to what comes from an animal, but produced without the same ethical and environmental costs. In essence, it is real meat without the farming. Cultured meat offers several potential benefits. Not only does it eliminate the need for raising and slaughtering billions of animals each year, but it could also drastically reduce the environmental impact of meat production. Greenhouse gas emissions, land use, and water consumption could all be significantly lowered if lab-grown meat becomes mainstream. Yet, as with GMOs, hurdles remain. Taste and texture must match traditional meat to win over consumers. Production costs are still relatively high, though they are falling rapidly. Regulatory approval and consumer acceptance are ongoing challenges. But the progress is undeniable, and the potential is too important to ignore. So what happens when we bring these two powerful innovations together? That's exactly what I set out to discover in my own kitchen. Armed with GMO vegetables and lab-grown meat, I decided to prepare a meal that represents the intersection of science and sustainability. The cooking process itself was surprisingly ordinary. The lab-grown burger sizzled on the pan just like any other, and the GMO tomatoes and lettuce were crisp, colorful, and vibrant on the cutting board. Yet, the symbolism was extraordinary. This was more than just a burger. It was a glimpse into a future where technology and ethics might coexist more harmoniously on our plates. The moment of truth arrived as I took my first bite. The burger was juicy and flavorful. The GMO vegetables complemented it perfectly, fresh and delicious. If I hadn't known, I would never have guessed that this meal was crafted from scientific innovation rather than traditional farming. Still, as satisfying as a meal was, it left me pondering deeper questions. Can this really become the norm? Are consumers ready to embrace food that comes from laboratories and gene editing, even if the benefits are substantial? This journey has revealed much. On one hand, GMOs and lab-grown meat offer real and meaningful solutions to urgent global issues. They can help ensure food security, reduce environmental degradation, and address ethical concerns related to animal welfare. On the other hand, they raise important questions about safety, regulation, accessibility, and public trust. These technologies are not silver bullets. They are tools, and like all tools, they must be used wisely, responsibly, and inclusively. As we look toward the future, one thing is clear. The way we produce food is undergoing a transformation unlike any we have seen before. Whether driven by necessity, ethics, or innovation, change is coming to our dinner tables, and it will be up to all of us, scientists, policymakers, farmers, and consumers, to shape what that change looks like. So, I leave you with this. Would you try lab-grown meat? How do you feel about GMO foods? Can science and sustainability coexist on your plate? Let's continue this important conversation in the comments below. And if you found this exploration thought-provoking, be sure to subscribe and join me in our next video, where we dive even deeper into the fascinating world of future foods and sustainable eating. Together, we can discover how to nourish not just ourselves, but the planet we call home.